Remember when we said we'd stay together now until forever? Just us, just us.
What's up, you guys, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Jessica Hickson, and I spent 5 years working my way up to the top of an MLM before realizing they're just not all that they're cracked up to be. My goal with this channel is to rescue some Huns, to prevent some from becoming Huns, and to also give those a voice who have left the Hunbot industry, like myself.
It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling.
All right, you guys, welcome back to part 2 of explaining It Works' new Christmas Cash bonus program. Yesterday, we started a little bit of a breakdown of this very simple system. So today, we're just going to continue on with that video and see where it goes. Let's just go ahead and jump right in. I hope you enjoy.
Next thing you're going to do is you're going to interact, which means you're just going to be a friend on Facebook. You're going to comment on someone's Halloween picture store and be like, oh my God, that outfit or your costume is so cute. Or, oh, where did you guys go trick-or-treating? That looks like so much fun. Or, oh, I love that shirt you're wearing. Where did you buy that? Okay? Just be a friend, as if it's like, what would you comment on your best friend's post, right? That's what I want you to do, okay?
It disgusts me listening to this stuff now, but I taught the same exact stuff when I was in. I would be like, comment on their stuff.
Oh my God, I love that shirt. Where did you get it?
The fact that, oh gosh, what video was it? I'll link the video here if I can find it, but I remember doing a blind react to one of my old trainings, and in the training, one of my teammates told me that, so rewind. I used to have Chad do like interacting for me on social media so that I could do other stuff. And my friend who was on my team said that he went to her post and said,
Oh my God, girl, I love that lipstick. Where did you get it?
I mean, like, he loves me. He loves me a lot to be willing to do that. But that just goes to show how authentic or not these people are when they're commenting on your stuff. They don't give a shit about you. They care about growing their team and their paycheck.
This is probably the most important thing and the most overlooked thing is self-development. Because for the reason that we already talked about, half of you, if not more than half, counted yourself out of this bonus before you even started, before you even tried, because your brain wants you to stay where you're comfortable, and where you're comfortable is not making a ton of money, right? You're comfortable, not physically, but mentally, you're comfortable struggling. So you've never stretched yourself with this business where you have to enroll more than you normally do, or where you have to do more than you normally do. So your brain is going to fight you a little bit. Your brain is going to tell you, why are you even trying? You're not going to earn the bonus. Or you've tried to earn bonuses before and you failed, or you haven't even signed a customer in the past 3 months. What makes you think that you can sign all of this and get a Christmas cash bonus? Or
those are not lies. Those are like very realistic truths that your brain is telling you to protect you.
You're too old or too young or too big or too small or too whatever. Your network's too small. Why are you even trying? So self-development is going to make you stay on the right mindset. So either that's a podcast, a sermon, a Zoom, journaling, reading, whatever. If you need help with that, let me know. But make sure you're doing it, okay? Next thing, post to post. We should all know what this is unless you just started today. This is where people post for you. I am not going to tell you a specific number that you need to go for, because I personally don't work very well under that. It just doesn't. I don't work well knowing I have to hit a certain number. So what I like to say for host post is do as many as you need to feel like you're working. Okay? If you get up 2 a day and your inbox is blowing up, there's so many comments, you're good, great. If you've gotten up 10 and you're like, there's no comments, I have no one to talk to, we're gonna get some more host posts up, okay? Next is stories. There's Telegram groups, copy other people's, put them up on your stories every single day. Next is ask. You have to ask people to join your team. I don't like to message for customers personally, and I don't really like to message for distributors either. The way that I ask,
if she's not reaching out to people to ask them to be a customer or to be a distributor, I can almost guarantee you that she's not actually successful. She may feel like she's successful because she has a good number of distributors underneath of her, But my guess is if she's not willing to reach out to people, like that's what made It Works, first of all, so annoying. But second of all, I feel like it's what made It Works grow so fast is because we were taught to mass message people. So It Works went from like a non-household name, nobody really knew who they were, very small company, to all of a sudden blew up with social media. And that's because we were being taught to mass message people. I'm going to find her rank, but we'll continue.
Is anybody that does a host post for me here, I ask them if they want to join my team. I say, hey, I make a ton. This is what I do for work.
Hey, I make a ton. What? That just seems a little awkward.
Just posting on Facebook like you do. Could you use any extra money? Are you open to some info? And that's not the exact verbiage, but pretty much something like that. If you're on my team, it's in our board. But I just ask everyone because you never know, right? So 2 more things. 1, follow up. You cannot just talk to someone once and assume if they don't buy, they're never going to buy, right? Someone, Megan, I think you're on here. You joined my team today. So excited for you. And I'm sure you're losing your mind a little bit, being like, I don't even know what the heck you're talking about. But we've talked a few times. I don't know what made you talk to me today. Like what made you fill out my application. It was probably a reel. And if you're on here still, let me know what it was that made you fill out the application. But we've talked a few times. You didn't sign up with me the first time we talked. So make sure you're following up with people. Stay in their inbox. And even follow up doesn't always have to be like, hey, I just sat down to get orders in. Are you still like, can I help you get your order in? It can just be like, hey, I hope you have a good day today. Just stay in their mind, okay? Last thing I want you to do is believe in yourself, okay? I want you to talk to your family, talk to whoever you live with, and say like, hey, I'm going to be on my phone a little bit more. I'm going to be working a little more than you're used to, but here's what I'm doing.
This is the part of It Works that is so like the most toxic. The fact that they can convince people to tell the people in their life,
Listen, I know that I'm not going to be around much. I'm going to be always on my phone, but I'm doing it for us.
and we truly believed that we were doing it for our families. But what that does is take away so much time from your family that you can never get back. And that's just sad. You should never have to tell your kids, listen, I know that I work all the time, but I'm going to continue working nonstop and never spend time with you to hopefully maybe someday make a better life for you. The better life for your kids is having you present. That's all your kids want. Your kids are not going to remember all of the fancy things that you bought them. They're going to remember how you made them feel. If you didn't make them feel like a priority because you were too focused on working your business, that's what they're going to remember. Okay, now after looking into her social media a little bit, I feel a little bad. It doesn't justify anything that she's said or done. It doesn't justify taking advantage of all these people. It doesn't justify any of that. However, you guys know how earlier I was describing people who stay in forever and then they never reach the rank that they're going for, but they keep getting filled with this hope that someday it's going to happen. Yeah, so she went double diamond in 2018. So double diamond is like the rank above the first leadership rank. So it goes diamond, leadership rank, double diamond, triple diamond, presidential diamond, ambassador diamond, top of the company. I was here. She was a rank below me. In 2018 is when she hit that rank. Okay, so in January of 2018, she wasn't double diamond yet, but she posted that she was going triple by the end of the year, okay? She ended up going double in October of 2018. In September of that year, she said she was going triple, but she wasn't even double yet. And then October of 2019, she says that she's going triple diamond that month. Again, in March of 2020, she says she's going triple diamond that month. In June of 2020, she says she's going triple diamond. Again, in June of 2020, says she's going triple diamond. January of 2021, she says she's going triple diamond and has never felt closer. So I just wanted to prove my point, show you guys that these people are constantly given false hope that it's going to happen for them. This girl hit her last promotion from what I can tell on her social media. She hit her last promotion over 4 years ago. And she's still posting about how she's going triple diamond. For the last 3.5, 4 years, she's been posting, this month I'm going triple diamond. I've never felt closer. This month is the month I'm going triple diamond. and it has yet to happen. Yet she looks at stuff like this and convinces her team that this is possible. But this is basically building to diamond, which would put her past triple diamond. It's basically building there, but she hasn't been able to do it in the last 3.5, 4 years. It's honestly sad. The chokehold that these companies have on their distributors is heartbreaking. Anyways, let's let her finish. It's 10 minutes left.
Here's why I want to do this, and I want you to get them involved. Last year, for Christmas cash bonuses, I told my husband, because we had a newborn, like that's like a lot of work. Like a newborn is a lot, y'all. Okay. And I told him, I said, hey, I am going to somehow figure this out to get these bonuses because I want to buy us a new washer and dryer. Okay.
Sorry, I'm just still thinking about the fact that she's a double diamond, and she's been a double diamond for the last 3.5 or 4 years. She said at the beginning of this call that she retired herself and her husband. I think the average double diamond income is like $4,000, which you guys know how I feel about those averages and whether they're accurate or not. Yeah, so the average double diamond income is $4,485. But when we did the math with my friend who was a double diamond and took all the expenses into account and how much she was actually making, even though the income disclosure statement says that the average is $4,400 and some dollars, when we did that math, it came out to be like $1,100 or $1,001 or something like that. So to think that she retired her and her husband, like there's just no possible way. No way.
We had one that it burnt the clothes. Like we had to wash it on super low and then dry it on super low and dry it like 3 times to get it to dry, because if it was any higher than low, it burnt stuff. So I was like, I'm going to buy us a new washer and dryer. And I told him, I was like, but I have to earn 3 of them. And I think he probably thought I was nuts, but I was like, I had to have a reason for me to keep working, because at some point, and this is what your homework is for tonight, just saying I want the money isn't going to do it. Okay. It's going to get to a point where you're like, great, you want money, but what's that money going to do? And I want you to think about it. When I was going over the different levels, level 2 and 3, you were like, homegirl, I don't even know if level 1 is possible. Look at level 1. Okay. That's $5,050. If you're comfortable, I want you to message it to me tonight, whether you're on my team or not, and say, hey, here's what I would do with $5,050. I used to do this with my team all the time, where I said, hey, if I gave you this much money, how would you spend it? What would you do to the penny? What would you do with it? Not like, oh, I'd pay off some bills. Okay, what bills? How much do you owe on your student loans? How much do you owe on your car? How much would you put towards this or this? Like, I want you to figure out what that money's going to go to. Do you want to get your kid a ride-on four-wheeler thing that's like $600? Great. Do you want to take a vacation with your husband for fun? What do you want to do? What is that money going to do for you? Is it going to be the first time that you get to pay cash for Christmas and not throw it all on credit cards and hope you get enough in tax returns? What is it going to do? Sue, I can send you a video going over board or host post stuff, and I will do that after. $1,000 in Christmas, other $4,050 would go to student loans. And I want you to think about that and remember those types of things when on the days that you don't want to work anymore. Because I promise you, there are going to be days that you wake up and you're like, the last thing I freaking want to do right now is send out a host post message or answer this person or whatever. But I want you to think about, imagine what it would feel like on December 16th, waking up to notification from your works that said, hey, you've been paid $5,050, whatever I said it was. What would that do for you to tell your husband, hey, I just transferred $5 freaking grand to our account? What would that feel like? What kind of pressure would that take off of you guys? And I want you to think about that, because it's going to be hard. They didn't make a $3,000 bonus for signing a customer. It's going to stretch you a little bit. It's going to push you. But I want you to imagine yourself there as if it's already happened. Okay? When we were at corporate, or when we were at Punta Cana, Lanisa said something and Doug repeated it, and I'm going to butcher it because I don't remember it exactly, but it said, discipline is hard, and so is disappointment. And you're going to have hard things no matter what. And you have to choose, do you want to have the pain of discipline or the pain of disappointment? Because I can tell you right now, if December 16th comes and I don't have, my goal is level 3, if I don't have 10 grand in my bank account, I'm going to be very disappointed and it's going to suck. So
Unfortunately, I feel like she's setting herself up for failure. To expect that she's going to sign 48 customers and 16 distributors, or not sign them herself to teach her team to do that when she hasn't been able to for the last 3 years, is like, babe, you have to be able to see that.
you have to decide what pain are you going to deal with. When I was doing this Christmas cash bonus last year with a newborn, you want to know when I worked? In the middle of the night when he was up, every hour. Okay, he was breastfeeding, I was working. Okay, I was trying to get him to sleep, I was doing host post messages. I was walking around with him.
How are you trying to get your baby to sleep while also sending host to post messages? Like, I know when our kids wouldn't sleep, it would be like we're in their room with the sound machine, rocking them nonstop, walking around with them. I can't imagine doing this and being like, you know, trying to, there's no, sad if that's the case.
Trying to get him to nap during the day, I was sending out host post messages. He was sleeping on my chest, I worked. Because I chose for those 2 months, I think it was October, November. I don't think we had any time in December to do it. But for those 2 months, I didn't watch TV. We didn't go do anything fun. I worked.
Wow. Sounds like the time freedom I'm looking for. Can't go do anything fun around the holidays because I have to work nonstop. And the indirect message she's telling her team there is no TV, no fun things, no holiday outings, strictly work around the holidays.
And I worked my butt off. But do you know what? I got $15,000 transferred into our bank account in one day on December 16th last year with a 3-month-old. Against all odds, because I counted myself up before I even tried. And I just want to ask you, what if you're able to have that too, but you're just afraid to even try? You're counting yourself up before you even go for it. Because guess what? Worst case scenario, you go for this Christmas cash and you miss it, right? Maybe you only get 2 tier 1s and 3 tier 2s.
The worst case scenario is that you put everything you have into this Christmas cash bonus. You miss it. But not only that, you are also then missing all of those moments with your family that you can never get back.
Guess what? That would still be like $1,200 or $1,500. Put a 1 in the chat if $1,200 or $1,500 would still help you before Christmas.
It would not be worth sacrificing all of those moments with my family and enjoying my family around the holidays. Not a chance.
1, I will put it also. $1,200 or $1,500 is a heck of a lot of money. And I want to ask you right now, I said this on my stories last night, and it kind of made me mad at like myself, like my past self. How many of you, put a 2 in the chat if you work a regular job right now? You go to like a 9 to 5 or whatever, some sort of job. Okay. If your boss right now said, hey, I'm going to have you work an hour-ish a day, if you're intentional, 2 hours if you're not super intentional, from now until December 9th, and I'm going to give you $5,000. How many of you would be like, freaking sweet?
If she's expecting to work an hour a day and to have $10,000 deposited into her account on the 16th, she's in for a rude awakening.
An hour a day, I'm here. Done. Right? Because your boss said, if you stay another hour a day until December 9th, I'll give you $5,000.
But the difference is with a 9 to 5, that money is guaranteed. With an MLM, it is not guaranteed. There's a high probability that you will not get that money.
You would do it in a heartbeat, right? Because you trust that they would pay you, right? So my question here is, why don't you trust that if you put the work in, why don't you trust yourself that you can do it?
Well, let me ask you this, and this is not a dig at her, but if it was that simple, why haven't you reached a promotion in 3.5 years? If it was as simple as trusting and believing in yourself and knowing that it's going to work, why has it not worked for you?
Because if your boss asked you to and you would do it, I will be your boss. I'm telling you right now, put an hour a day in intentional time doing the things You will get $5,000 deposited on December 16th.
Maybe. Forgot that part.
It's up to you if you're willing to do it or not. Because when December 16th comes, you're either going to be really, really happy or really, really mad. That's it. And it starts today. It starts right now. Where are you going to be? I want you to figure this out. How much money do you want to make? If you don't know what to do every day, talk to your upline. Talk to me. We will help you. If you're like a week or two in and you're like, I've been busting my butt, I've been consistent, I've done all of the things, I've gotten 10 host posts up a day, XYZ, whatever. I don't have enrollments. What's my issue? Talk to your upline. We will figure out your issue. Okay? Because also remember, come January, it is what we call boom season. If you're brand new, you've never been in for a January, things get crazy. You know why? Because we have conference, we have new products, we have new promotions, and guess what else happens? What are the top 2 New Year's resolutions? Lose weight, make more money, and pay off debt. Guess what we do in our company? Lose weight, make more money, and pay off debt, which makes our business skyrocket. Okay? What you're doing now will set you up for an amazing January through June. You can make more in the next 9 months than you've ever made in your entire life. Okay? Insane things are going to happen, but it's up to you right now. Are you going to bust your butt and run these next couple months? Or are you going to slow down because it's holiday season and there's a lot going on? Right? It's up to you. I'm telling you right now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to bust my butt from now until December 9th. Okay? And I'm going to finish out everything that I need to finish out. And then I'm going to be able to take those last 2 weeks of December and relax and enjoy my family and enjoy holiday time, because I will have just made in 6 weeks or 2 months more than it took me 9 months to make in my previous full-time job. Okay? I've heard that this business, it's hard to rest. Well, if you bust your butt and you do it the right way, you can rest all you want. Okay?
That would explain why she hasn't promoted in 3.5 years, because you cannot rest. Once you rest, everything starts crumbling because of how it's set up.
Key is when you rest, you have to get back up. Okay? So I want to know, before we hop off, does anybody have any questions? Or is there anything you want me to go over? Anything you want tips on? Let me know. If you could hear me swallowing that, I'm really sorry. I just talked a lot and I forgot to breathe. Yes, if you finish a 4-in-1 tonight, it does count towards your first tier 1. Yeah, you can do stuff face-to-face, whatever you want. Sue, I will help you with host to post. Can you pull up the bulletin again? Like the what to do every day? Is that what you're saying? Or like the trackers? Either one, yes. I just don't know which one you want me to put up. What to do every day, okay. No, it's not gonna share. Yes, Morgan, I will. If I don't do it in the next half hour, please remind me. Can you see it? Shannon, are you on? Let me know if you can see it. No, okay. It's not letting me. Here, let me do this. Let me stop the recording.
All right, you guys, so that's going to wrap up today's video about Christmas cash. Let me know down below what you think of this bonus program. Do you feel like it's attainable? Do you feel like it's just super easy? That you look at the qualifications and you think, wow, I'm going to be rich? Let me know down below. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, and turn on the post notification bell if you'd like to be notified every time that I post. If you'd like to join my Facebook group, it's called The Light at the End of the Pyramid. And as always, if you'd like to follow me on all social media platforms, you can find me at The Jessica Hickson. Once again, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!
Moving slow.